It is John Dodson, of course. And John, man, what an incredible year last year was for you, right? I mean, you get an MMA victory, then you have a stellar BKFC debut, and then you end up fighting in Japan on New Year's. I mean, gosh, it had to be one of the best years of your career.
Oh, absolutely, man. Making sure I can go ahead and go 3-0 and just doing it in such stellar fashion. I fought pretty much all legends besides. Oh, no, all of them were legends. Think about it. I fought Francisco Rivera, destroyed him. Ryan Benoit, destroyed him. And Hideo Tokuro. And again, it's destroyed him. So I'm waiting to go ahead and see what's going to happen this year as I'm moving forward in attacking another prospect who was a former champion at bantamweight.
I love it. We'll talk about that in a second, but I did want to ask you first about that New Year's Eve experience, right? Because you had been to Japan before, but I mean, this is Saitama Super Arena, New Year's Eve, over the top. I mean, I know you're an old school fan. You grew up in the Pride era. You know, I mean, this had to be a pretty special night for you.
Oh, it was amazing. I can't even explain it in words. I came out thinking like, oh man, these Ninja Turtle outfits are going to be on point. And then I saw everybody else's outfits and I came underdressed for sure. Oh my God. Like, Warner Leonard came out and did like a 15-minute performance with a Jaguar outfit. You see AJ McKee coming out with a samurai outfit. And I was like, bro, how come everybody else spent like thousands of dollars on their costumes besides me? And even the dude who came out in the first fight, you saw him coming out with these girls dancing as butterflies that had LED lights on. And then he got mad because they would have let them come down from the ceiling. Like, I didn't know it was going to be, I knew it was going to be like, you know, exciting, but what the fuck?
Dude, I talked to...
I was like, I should have thought more into the preparation for all of this.
It's amazing. I talked to AJ McKee. He said he spent $100,000 on that samurai outfit. Can you, I mean, as a veteran of the game, can you give a young man some advice? Was that a sound investment or maybe tone back a little bit on the presentation?
I mean, I might tone back a little bit on the presentation because I ain't trying to spend 100 G's on an outfit that I'm only going to wear once. Unless he's going to a lot of Comic-Cons, and I don't see him doing that. I know I would, but him, I was like, there's a little saying on that one.
I love it, man. I love it. I mean, listen, is that something that, how did that even come together? Is that something, you know, you want to try to replicate if it keeps happening again, if they do these crossover matchups?
If they do, I want to be in on every single one of them because of the fact that it's such an electrifying feeling, knowing that, man, like the Japanese crowd just love the sport of MMA. And not just because of the fact that it's just a fight, like, world, and they understand it because they have to do it in school. So they understand. Oh, sorry, I got my little cheerleader in the back. Say hi.
Hi. Hello. I love it. I love it. Listen, you're not wasting any time, man, right? You kind of touched on it, but I mean, you fought on New Year's Eve. Now you're getting ready again, February 17th, BKFC KnuckleMaina 3 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I just got to ask, like, were you ready to turn around that fast, or was it just the fact that they were in Albuquerque? You said, I can't pass this up.
Well, since they were coming to Albuquerque, I knew I had to go ahead and make the best performance of my life out in Japan. So I had to go out there, make sure I can solidify this win, not get hurt, and then try to, like, pretty much, like, offer, hey, you guys, I know the card's not full. I'm still here. I'm ready to go. Can you put me on the card? And they're like, yeah, we got you a fight. I said, cool. Who against who? They're like, do you want to test yourself for the next? This is pretty much our New Year's Eve card. This is our Super Bowl card. I was like, down. I'm done. Put me who against whoever. They're like, former champion of BKFC. I was like, oh, all right, cool. Let's do it. I'll knuckle up with him, and I'll guarantee you, show you why I should be the champion at 125 already. If I go ahead and destroy this dude, like how I did with Ryan Benoit in the first round, it just says, like, there's going to be no words and no doubt in anybody's mind that I should already be the champion. Like, if I destroy the former champion with ease, not saying that I'm going to do it, but I already know the push come to shove, we already know I'm the fastest thing alive and I crack harder than anything. So even Demetrius Johnson, who's the greatest flyweight in the world, says I hit him the hardest besides Rotang. And I think I hit him harder than Rotang did because I'm the one who actually dropped him multiple times.
Yep. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's just facts. So talk to me about, because I did want to ask you what you thought. I mean, I didn't know how much BKFC you had watched or how much you knew about Jarod Grant, but I mean, he's a legitimate fighter, right? So this is, to me, I mean, I don't want to say a step up because you fought the greatest mixed martial artist in the world, but in the worlds of BKFC, it is a step up. He's got experience, former champ, as you said. So what do you think about the matchup?
Well, I think for the matchup, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it's gonna be a great one for me if the BKFC's eyes are gonna sit there and see who's gonna be the real testimony to being the flyweight champion. But not only that, like, I've already fought the greatest fighters in the world, and Ryan Bennett was home to be that test for me at 125 to go ahead and knuckle up with somebody bare knuckle. And he had more experience and more skill sets that I should be afraid of against than Jarod Grant. Jarod Grant's been a young kid. He hasn't really fought anybody too much in the test. And to be telling you the truth, he hasn't really been tested. He fought Reggie Barnett. He got really tested right then and there. And we've seen the levels of what he had. He got broken, and then literally got punched in the eye and said, "I got poked in the eye," and they quit. So they went to the decision because of an illegal knuckle in his eye, which I thought that was the whole point, is putting knuckles in people's eyes, and they weren't supposed to be able to complain about it. You know what I mean?
I love it. You're doing your homework, John Dodson. You're studying.
Because, why not? I have to study as many people as possible. I don't care what kind of fighting it is. I have to make sure I'm prepared for all aspects of the game.
I love it. Now, do we get the brother tandem again on this card?
Oh, of course. You know, me and my brother going out there doing our thing. My brother fighting is Gene Perez. He's going out there trying to dismantle this dude. And I know my brother's going to sit there and do what he does his best, because of the fact that Gene Perez is a southpaw, and my brother is used to fighting southpaws with one of the greatest of all time. And myself. Oh, yeah, you know who you're thinking of. Think about it. Say the name. It's me.
I love it, man. Well, look, you win here, and I agree with you. You say a dominant victory here. I mean, title shot is next. I guess. What is the goal for this year? I mean, is the BKFC title the main goal? Is there other MMA on the horizon? What's the goal for this year?
I do want 2 titles on my shoulders. Like, you see this I'm going here and here. I want the BKFC one over here and that Rizin one right here. And I don't care. At 125, I already told you guys, I'm the baddest. Well, I don't know if I can say that, but I'm the baddest mofo on the planet right now at 125. Because even DJ still fights at flyweight, but that flyweight is 135. So he's not 25 anymore. And I'm coming out there swinging for the fences. Like, everybody's out there complaining about, oh, you saw to this, you saw to that. Nah, man, I was at 135 in the UFC. People always like, oh, man, you looked a little soft then. No shit. That's because I'm carrying extra weight. Now I get to go ahead and be at my natural weight class and looking like a shredded monster and being a pure demon, as I'm always am every single time I step into the octagon, square circle, or the ring, wherever it may be. You put a person in front of me, they're looking to get hit. And they're trying to go down. Like, they don't want to sit there and stand in front of me because I'm such a violent competitor. And you even seen that, like, my last fight, going back to the UFC, look at every single one of those people out in the UFC. Anytime I touch them, they want to immediately shoot for my legs. When I went to fight Francisco Rivera, I touched him, he immediately wanted to shoot for my legs. Anybody that wants to fight me, they want to go, like, grab my legs. And then now with the BKFC, they can't touch my legs. And if they're going to cuddle me, I get to punch them in the face repeatedly. And I know Jarod Grant's going to get touched by me, try to cuddle with me, and I'm going to knuckle in his face. And hopefully he doesn't decide to quit because I punched him in the eye about 15 million times. I might shatter his orbital or crush his cheekbone. I mean, I'm just not saying that one like.
John, it's bold. Look, man, it's bold words, but if you look at the performances from this past year, man, the performances back it up, man. You get to have that swagger when you turn in wins like that.
Of course, I get to have that swagger anytime because of the fact that I'm just crushing anybody at all times. Like, I'm having fun doing it, and no matter what, whoever's stepping in front of me, they have to be ready to get punched in the face. Like, they know they can't stop my speed, and they gotta figure it out. Everybody sits there and say they're gonna have that game plan to go ahead and use their distance on me. But how can you control distance on somebody who can control the space in there so quickly, in and out in evasive motions? Even she agrees with me.
Respect.
She's like, no way.
I love it. Well, John, I've taken enough of your family time. Go be a dad, and we'll look forward to you being back in the ring on February 17th. KnuckleMania 3, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and maybe 2 straps by the time this year's over.
Oh, at the end of this year, I'm hoping. And then the next time we're going to be chatting, we're going to be talking about another Rizin fight right away, because you already know I'm bouncing back and forth as quickly as possible.
I love it. John Dodson, always a pleasure, man. Thank you, brother.
No problem, brother. Thank you for having me on.